Now, it's your turn. Summon your strength. Fight for your team.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Olbert, also known as Siddharth Prashant, and we are going to be looking at the day 2 of the decider day of Group 1. And we actually saw around 5 games yesterday, and we saw that a lot of these teams had a really good games, except for Team Smokes, which they did end the day with 0 points. And the team which is actually going to be getting the maximum amount of points is going to be qualifying for the grand finals, which is going to be happening on 24th of November. So ladies and gentlemen, don't really miss out on this. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button so you guys know when we are going to be streaming next, and you guys don't miss out on who is going to be qualifying for the grand finals happening in Mumbai on the 24th. And also go ahead and share the Facebook stream, which is going to be happening in the Facebook page. And if you do share that with the hashtag Night of the Predator, you can get a chance to win a free pass to the Mumbai LAN final. So don't miss out on that chance. And today's first game is going to be between Team Signify and Hybrid eSports. So this is going to be one hell of a game. Both of these teams are pretty known for their skills, Signify being one of the top teams in India, and Hybrid eSports, they have proven themselves to be quite good in this stage. They have beaten a lot of these teams in these online qualifiers, and we are going to be looking at how the game is going to proceed. The lobby is going to be live soon, but we need to talk about how you guys can go ahead and chat down and just interact with the live stream chat, because this is going to be one hell of an amazing game. And I'm pretty sure that you guys are well acquainted with teams like Team Signify and Hybrid eSports. You might know what exactly their play is going to be, so go ahead and leave a comment down below with your prediction on who is going to be winning this game. And we are going to be going live with the lobby right now, so buckle up and grab yourself some popcorn, because we are in for a game of Dota 2. So ladies and gentlemen, you see it right here, Team Signify versus Hybrid eSports. We see the ban phase coming up, and the first pick for Signify has already been done. They have picked a Wisp, and I guess they are going to follow that up with a Gyrocopter pick. And the Gyrocopter pick is something which we have seen a lot being paired up with the Wisp for Team Signify. And as for their bans, we see a Necrophos getting banned, a Tiny, and a Winter Wyvern. As for the side of Hybrid eSports, we see an Ogre Magi, Nature's Prophet, and a Magnus being banned out. So this is looking to be quite a typical game for Team Signify. Wisp is going to be played by No Chance, while Negi is going to be playing the position 4, I presume. Crowley and Negi have been a really good combination, playing in the off lane for most of their games, and they have been pretty successful in shutting down the enemy's carries. And let's actually see what Hybrid eSports have an answer for that or not, as they are going to be getting that first pick, Axe. Axe is pretty good at controlling team fights. He's a really good initiation tool, and if things are going to get hairy, he can also act as the reinitiation tool. It is largely going to depend on how much farm he's going to be getting, because that is going to determine how well he can scale later on into the game. And Axe is one of those heroes who builds a Blade Mail. Blade Mail does scale really well even into the late game, because it scales as per the damage being dealt by your opponents. And if Signify are going to be going for that crazy damage build, the Axe with the Blade Mail is going to be proving to be a little bit difficult for them. We are going to be looking at the second pick for Team Hybrid eSports, and they are going to be going with a Phoenix. Phoenix is quite an amazing hero in this meta right now, at least in the Indian esports scene, because we have seen a lot of Phoenix. The Phoenix has a really good combination with the axe right here, and we are going to be looking at the gyrocopter being picked up for Team Signify, not really diverging from their tactics a lot. The gyrocopter going to be played by Blizzard right here, in combination with No Chance onto the Wisp. So pretty much a bread and butter safe lane combination coming in for them. And we are going to be looking at the fourth ban for Team Signify. It is going to be the Disruptor. Disruptor, you know, it is a very reasonable ban because he does have the Static Storm, which does silence and deal tons of damage even into the early and mid game. And with that, you know, the heroes like IO and gyrocopter, they are going to be suffering a lot. Silence is not something a lot of Team Signify's comfort picks deal with really well. And we are going to be looking at what the ban from Hybrid Esports is going to be, and they are going to be banning out Alina. Not really, you know, keen on having AOE nukers in the side of Team Signify, so they are going to be banning that Lina, and we are going to be looking at a Brewmaster ban coming in from Hybrid Esports following that up, and a Nyx Assassin getting banned out for Team Signify. So we might assume they're going to be running a Intelligence core in the mid lane, possibly a Storm Spirit or an Invoker, because an Nyx Assassin deals tons of damage to that. And we are going to be looking at a Silencer being picked up for Hybrid Esports. So whatever nuker which Signify might pick might just get nullified by the Silencer. And we are going to be looking at a Centaur Warrener being picked up for Team Signify. That is going to be one hell of a core against people like Silencer, but he does not really do well against a hero like Phoenix, because the Sunray deals tons of damage against your large HP pool, and it deals damage, you know, scaling according to your HP pool. So that is not going to be something which is going to work out in the Centaur's long run. But if Signify do play it as usual in their signature high-paced gameplay, I don't even think that the Phoenix and all the heroes from Hybrid Esports will be able to get a chance to retaliate against that. But we will not know that until we get into the game and we actually see who has the better draft, because according to me right now, Hybrid Esports seem to have that little bit of an edge over Team Signify's draft. The IOC gyrocopter is going to be a little bit scary in the early game, especially against a hero like Silencer, because they can just run him down, maul him to death again and again, and just feed off that kill. And we are going to be looking at what the fourth pick for Hybrid Esports is going to be. And it seems like they're just running right down to the wire. 10 seconds remaining in their reserve time, and they're going to be going for an Ursa. Ursa is, you know, a really good pick against a hero like Centaur Warner and a gyrocopter also, because the Ursa's damage does stack up multiplicatively, not additively like how it does with a lot of right-click heroes. So if he does manage to get a lot of stacks onto the Centaur and even the IO, and just, you know, burst him out of the game early on, Hybrid Esports do have a really good chance of shutting down Signify and their onslaught. And we are going to be looking at what the fourth pick for Team Signify is going to be. They do have to take some time to think again, because an Ursa is already countering a lot of these heroes which Team Signify have, and the Phoenix on top of that is going to be healing him up with that Sunray also. Plus the attack speed slow coming in from the Phoenix with the Fire Spirits is not something a gyrocopter deals with pretty well. And we are going to be looking at a Shadow Demon pick coming in from Team Signify. Shadow Demon is going to be pretty good versus an Axe Initiation, because once he just jumps in and goes for the Berserker's Call, he can banish him onto his sphere and make sure that his team have enough space to escape that initiation and try to regroup and rethink. And that is a pretty standard pick coming in from Team Signify, countering out that Axis Initiation and even the Ursa's Initiation if that happens. And we're going to be looking at a Morphling getting banned out for Hybrid Esports, and Signify are going to be waiting to see what they are going to be banning at last. Possibly banning out someone who can counter their potential mid lane, because I don't think the Centaur is going to be going mid lane right now. the Shadow Demon is probably going to be roaming with the Centaur in the offlane. So I guess Centaur is going to be Crowley's pick, while Shadow Demon is going to be played by Neji. So only Swifty's hero is going to be remaining for Team Signify. And even Hybrid Esports, they need a mid lane. They can run a Ursa in the mid lane, but if it is going to be the case, Team Signify will have an answer there. Fifth pick is probably going to be a ranged hero, which an Ursa does not really deal that well against. And we are going to be looking at the fifth pick for Team Signify. I guess they have something in mind, probably along the lines of a Monkey King or something, which does work out really well in this game. Even a Troll can work out pretty well in this game, because the Phoenix's egg is something that Troll actually hard counters. And the Ursa, if the mischance also comes into effect, he will not be able to land a lot of those Fury swipes. So a Troll is still a really good pick coming up for Team Signify, but I don't think they're going to be going for that. They might try to, synergize that with the Shadow Demon's illusion skills, because it is going to be pretty hard to go up against a Shadow Demon's illusions, if especially the carry is going to be something like a Drow Ranger. And we're going to be looking at a Queen of Pain getting picked up for Team Signify. Queen of Pain is not really something which I would recommend, because Hybrid Esports have that silencer, and the silencer deals tons of damage to people like Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain is a hero which needs to cast a lot of spells, and the Curse of the Silent will deal tons of damage if he's not able to get that. And we're going to be looking at the last pick for Hybrid Esports. This is going to determine how this game is going to proceed. This is going to be, okay, it's going to be an Ember Spirit. So Hybrid Esports, their draft is actually looking really strong. Team Signify's draft is just falling a little bit below. But we will see how Signify have an answer for that. Maybe their gameplay, their really aggressive gameplay, which we have seen previously, is going to be working out. But it looks like Negi is actually going to be playing the Wisp, while No Chance is going to be playing the Shadow Demon, and a little bit of a mix-up coming in from Team Signify. I guess Crowley and Negi are going to be going together, and Io plus a Centaur is also a pretty good combination. Not as good as Io and a Gyrocopter, but since what we have seen, at the risk of sounding wrong, Negi and Crowley have been playing together in a lane pretty much in every one of these scenarios. So I don't think Negi is going to be going with Blizzard right now, and we are going to be getting into the game pretty soon. We have Negi on the Wisp, we have Blizzard on the Gyrocopter, Crowley on the Centaur, we have No Chance on the Shadow Demon, and Swifty playing the Queen of Pain. As for the side of Hybrid Esports, we have Blaze on the Axe, his signature hero. We have Rogue on the Phoenix, we have Lips of Angel.
Now it's your turn. Summon your strength. Fight for your team.
And ladies and gentlemen, we see it right here. This is going to be Team Signify versus Hybrid Esports. Signify are going to be playing over at the Radiant side. The Gyrocopter has those immortals, which is going to be making his rockets blue. And we're going to be looking at a smoke gank possibly onto the bottom lane coming in from Hybrid Esports, as they do plan to shut down the Gyrocopter pretty much early on. They are going to be rotating towards the shrine area, because they don't want to get caught out by the Queen of Pain and possibly the Gyrocopter. And we're going to be looking at the Axe actually going forward. The Queen of Pain is going to be figured out right now, and we are going to be looking at the Gyrocopter and the Io. They're going to be coming forward. The Fire Spirits is going to be missing. The first one is actually going to be missing, but the Silencer and his friends are going to be making their way. They're going to be dealing tons of damage onto the Gyrocopter, but they need to actually be careful, because the top lane's runes are actually going to be taken down by Crowley's Centaur. So this is going to be a probably standard to 2 bounty runes getting picked up by each of the teams, and we are going to be looking as the game is going to start right now. The rocket barrage is going to be dealing a little bit of damage onto the Axe and his friends, but it's not going to be much, and we are actually going to be looking at the Phoenix getting chased down by the IO and the gyrocopter, but the Phoenix is going to be safe for now. He does get onto the high ground. Not really, you know, a scenario where the gyrocopter can give chase over there, because he can get turned around. The situation can go really south pretty fast. And we're going to be looking into the mid lane as the poison dagger coming in from Swifty. That is kind of a you know, weird build that he would go for the poison dagger at level 1. Maybe he could have gone for the blink or something, just you know, risking the fact that he might get ganked at level 1. But we are going to be looking into Crowley and No Chance over on the top lane. They're already making life a little bit of a hell for the Ursa, and the Ursa is going to be taking a lot of damage. The setup coming in with the Shadow Demon and the blocks also coming in, and that is going to be first blood as Crowley gets the kill onto ATP, who's going to be playing the Ursa. And meanwhile in the mid lane there is a little bit of a scuffle, but not really gonna matter a lot. We're going to be looking at the Flame Guard getting popped up by the Ember Spirit, trying to, you know, harass the Queen of Pain out of the lane. The Ursa is not looking to be really well in the top lane right now. The Silencer is not going to be proving to be a really good support. Maybe a Vengeful Spirit or something might have worked out in the favor of Hybrid Esports if they picked that, but since they went for the Silencer, who really does not have any disables, I don't think it's going to be working out for them. The Ursa is probably going to die a lot. We're going to be looking at the Ember Spirit actually going for the dodge with the Sleight of Fist, but that is not going to matter because he does get that poison dagger onto him. He's going to be taking a little bit of damage, but the courier did deliver something to him, so I assume the salve is just going to heal him back up to full. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Blizzard is getting decent amount of farm. We're going to be looking at No Chance actually getting blocked up by Lips of Angel on the Silencer, but he will not be able to go for a kill. We're going to be looking at the poison coming in, and I think that this might just be the Silencer going down. He is going to get chased up by the Ursa. The Ursa is going to be retreating, and there is going to be a little bit of a scuffle in the bottom lane also. We're going to be looking at the Banish coming in from the Shadow Demon. He is taking tons of damage, so he needs to be careful. The Orb of Venom on the Ursa, that might just be sealing the deal onto No Chance. One more hit coming in from ATP will secure the kill, but no, the salve coming in from No Chance. He is going to be safe for now, and that is going to be a fail gang coming in. The Poison Dagger, meanwhile, in the mid lane is going to be dodged up by that Sleight of Fist, and it does not look like Swifty is having a really good time in the mid lane. Meanwhile, in the bottom, the Axe is going to go down as we are going to be looking at Blizzard taking that kill, and the salve coming up from Swifty, just trying to harass that Ember Spirit over there in the mid lane. Does have that rune for himself also, and Crowley with that setup again once more onto the Ursa. The Ursa needs to be careful, but no, he turns around. He wants to get the kill onto No Chance, and No Chance, one more hit might seal the deal, but no, Crowley with that double edge will be able to secure the kill onto the Ursa. One more second for him to actually respawn. We're going to be looking at the TP coming in, and Lips of Angel on the Silencer. He does not have any mana. He does not have the Curse of the Silence, so no slow is going to be there for the Ursa to actually deal the damage. And in the bottom lane, the Axe is also looking kind of miserable. He might be able to scavenge as much farm as he can. In the mid lane, by the way, we are going to be looking at the Phoenix going for the dive, just harassing Swifty in the mid lane. The Queen of Pain is not going to be having the most pleasant time, and we're going to be looking at Crowley. He's going to be turning on to the Silencer, and this is going to be a killing spree for Crowley, as he is going to be getting one more kill onto the Silencer in the top lane. 4-0 in the favor of Team Signify. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, it looks like there is going to be a little bit of a fight. We're going to be looking at the Queen of Pain just blinking onto those runes, just securing that double damage. That is going to matter a lot in the mid lane. We might just look at another setup in the top lane right now, as Crowley is going to go for that stamp, and that is going to be dealing tons of damage. The double edge is also dealing tons of damage, but ATP turns around, tries to get the kill onto Crowley, but Crowley, he is very, very tanky, and he needs to be careful. He is diving under the tower, and Lips of Angel. He is taking tons of damage. One more hit coming in from Lips of Angel might seal the deal, but no, he is too tanky and no chance. He's gonna go down right now, and that is going to be at least one kill going the way of Hybrid Esports. Crowley, he needs to TP back to base or something because he is kind of trapped. The scan coming in from Hybrid Esports, just trying to figure out if Crowley TP'd back to the tier 1. And meanwhile in the bottom lane, we're going to be looking at the missile that is going to land. The rocket barrage is going to deal tons of damage, and that is going to be the Phoenix going down. Meanwhile in the mid lane, we're going to be looking at the Sleight of Fist into the Shackles that is going to be dealing tons of damage, and the Flame Guard coming in from the Ember Spirit is also going to be dealing tons of damage, but we're going to be looking at No Chance rotating onto the mid lane. So I don't think the Ember Spirit will be able to follow up on the damage that he dealt onto the Queen of Pain, but she is going to be forced to go back to base. So that is one good thing going for the side of Hybrid Esports, at least for the Ember Spirit. Meanwhile, the bottom lane is going to get sieged up by Blizzard and Neji. The Gyrocopter and IO, the classic bread and butter combination, working out in their favor. Blaze has given up onto the bottom lane. He does not want to feed any more kills to the Gyrocopter and make life miserable for his team, as we are going to be looking at Lips of Angel just trying to go for a good setup onto Crowley, and we are going to be looking at Crowley. He is looking to be in a dangerous position, but the Stam coming in, that is a 2-second stun, so he has enough space to actually get the hell out of that place, not get ganked up by the Ursa, but he needs to be careful. He does have one more Hoof Stomp ready, so he also has a chance to escape if they get initiated upon again once more. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Blizzard has that Power Tres and Ring of Aquila, and look at Negi right here using those spirits and trying to harass the Phoenix out of the lane, and they will be able to burst down the creep wave pretty easily, but no chance. He just ventures a little bit too far into the dire jungle, and he is going to get taken down by the Phoenix, and that is going to be 9-2, at least 2 kills going the way of Hybrid Esports, and Crowley is going to be forced to go back to base, and that is going to give the Ursa enough space to get himself some initial items, maybe try to get some utilities over here, like a salve or something, so he can have that sustain in the lane. Meanwhile, Swifty is looking to be really strong. He has 2 null talismans and a magic wand going for him. And meanwhile in the bottom lane, we're going to be looking at the Silencer trying to get that kill onto the Wisp, but the Wisp is going to be able to TP back to base, and that is just going to be Blizzard. Okay, that is going to be the IO and the Gyrocopter working out in their favor. They are going to be able to sneak a kill onto the bottom lane, and they will be able to TP back to base. And meanwhile in the top lane, we're going to be looking at Crowley and the Shadow Demon trying to go for a kill, and they will be able to spot out the Phoenix just for a brief bit, but they can't really follow that up, and we're going to be looking at Crowley just trying to bait out the people to actually come forward, and we're going to be looking at ATP on the Ursa. He is going to be trapped up, and we're going to be looking at the banish coming in from the Shadow Demon, and that is going to be Crowley securing that kill. But Crowley seems to be in a little bit of a trouble right here, as Crowley deals tons of damage. He's way too tanky for this Ursa to deal with, and we're going to be looking at one more setup coming in. The Hoof Stomp is going to connect. The Double Edge is also going to be dealing tons of damage. ATP wants to turn around, get that kill onto No Chance, but he does not have enough movement speed, but he will be able to get the kill onto No Chance, but not before falling himself towards Crowley's Centaur Warrior's War Axe, and that is going to be 12-3 in the favor of Team Signify. Crowley is looking to be extremely strong right now. He's probably going to be getting a 10-minute Blink Dagger, and Blizzard, look at him, he is uncontested in the bottom lane, and this is the reason why Signify's drafts, the Signify's gameplay, those hyper-aggressive gameplay centered around Crowley, gives enough space to Blizzard to get up his farm, and when he does eventually manage to participate in most of these fights, that is going to prove really vital for him. As meanwhile in the top lane, once more we're going to be looking at the Ursa taking tons of damage right here. The Crowley will actually not be able to secure that kill, but No Chance, he's just a one-man army by himself. He just secures that kill onto the Ursa, and the Ursa is not really having a pleasant time in the top lane. And Blizzard and Negi, they are making the bottom dire jungle their own turf, as we are going to be looking at the Centaur Stomp. That is going to prove that Blizzard is going to be going forward, and we are going to be looking at the Phoenix dropping once more. The healing coming in from the IO is going to make sure that Blizzard is not going to go down. And we're going to be looking up Blizzard. He is going to be healing back up to full in a short while, as there is going to be that IO right next to him. The Ursa is not really doing well. The Ember Spirit is going to be rotating onto the top lane. He is level 7. He does not have a lot of items. Maybe if he gets a phase boot or something, he might be able to go for most of these solo kills, maybe onto No Chance or Negi. But right now, as it is, it does not seem like that is going to be the case. We're going to be looking at the ultimate getting used by No Chance onto Abhi right here on the Ember Spirit. He is going to be dealing tons of damage, but meanwhile in the bottom lane we're going to be looking at the Silencer. He's going to be going down, and we're actually going to be looking at Blizzard actually going down, and ATP is going to be giving chase to Negi, and Negi seems to be in a lot of trouble. The Urn onto him, he's just going to try to secure that rune, and he will be able to, so that is going to be at least one rune getting denied for Hybrid Esports. They are trying to make the comeback happen right here, and we're going to be looking at Swifty. He is on the hunt for the Phoenix. He will be able to spot him out pretty soon. The Observer Ward is also going to give him vision of the Ursa coming forward, and we're going to be looking at ATP. He might just be in trouble because there is going to be that ultimate onto Swifty. He can turn around and get that kill pretty easily, but he's not going to risk it. He does not want to feed away his life for that sad ordeal. We're going to be looking into the top lane once more. Crowley and No Chance, they are just laying down the hurt onto this tier 1, and that is going to go down. The Gyrocopter is going to rotate back into the mid lane. The Silencer is just going to be making sure that the Axe is not going to get spotted out, because if the Axe does get his Blink Dagger, that is going to be the game just slightly tilting towards the favor of Hybrid Esports, because the Blink Dagger is one of those items which is going to give Hybrid Esports that really good initiation. And we're going to be looking at the Ember Spirit and the Silencer just trying to scour as much farm as possible. The Ember Spirit has completed his thread, so he is going to be just a little bit more tankier. He can go for the Blade Mail build in this game, but we don't really have a lot of right-click heroes coming in from Team Signify. Even if Blizzard is considered to be one of the right-click heroes, he's not going to deal that much damage. The main source of damage coming in from him is going to be the Rocket Barrage, and we're going to be looking at the Purge coming up from No Chance, but they will not be able to get that kill onto the Ember Spirit. He will be able to remnant back to the tier 2, and meanwhile we're going to be looking at No Chance. He is going to be run down by the Phoenix, and the Phoenix is actually going to be able to pop up that egg, as we're going to be looking at the Sleight of Fish into Shackle coming in, and one more remnant coming in from the Ember Spirit. Might be able to get the kill onto No Chance, but we're going to be looking at Signify's Crowley going down to Rogue on the Phoenix, but it does not look like the Phoenix is going to be living to tell the tale, as we're going to be looking at the Poison Dagger that is going to eventually take him down. The remnant coming in from the Ember Spirit with that Shackle that will be able to get that kill onto No Chance, as ATP with that swipe, with those bare paws, will be able to get that, and we are going to be looking at the game slightly going in the favor of Hybrid Esports 12 minutes into the game, but they have lost their tier 2 down in the bottom. They are just giving free farm to Blizzard, and look at the farm which he is getting through all the stacks. They're not even stacking their own jungle, they're stacking the enemy's jungle, and that is giving them those farm. And we're going to be looking at the Ursa. He will be able to get down to the bottom lane. The Shrine has been popped, so they are gonna be pretty good for now. Negi is in a little bit of trouble, and he is going to go down, and they can give chase to Gyrocopter. The Gyrocopter is a really fat hero right now, and if they do get that kill onto the Gyrocopter, that is gonna be a lot of money going their way. And we're gonna be looking at Rogue. He is gonna be able to deal tons of damage onto Blizzard, and Blizzard is going to go down, and they can go for the chase onto No Chance. He does not have the banish once more, and the slow and the Urn coming in from the Phoenix, that is going to be dealing tons of damage. No Chance is going to try to juke it out, but I don't think he will be able to survive this onslaught, as No Chance is going to go down. But Swifty, on comes Swifty, as he is going to dive right into Lips of Angel, and he will be able to get that kill onto the Silencer. And we're going to be looking at the baits coming up, and Swifty he is going to be slowed for now. The Scream of Pain does deal a considerable amount of damage towards the Phoenix, but the Phoenix he is okay. What the hell is wrong with the Phoenix? He should not have done that. He is going to go down right now, as we are going to be looking at Swifty with a triple kill, as 3 heroes from Hybrid Esports go down, and Signify somehow managed to salvage that situation. They had that lead. They did lose it a little bit, as Blizzard and Negi actually got killed in the bottom lane, but they just instantly they have Swifty, their Queen of Pain, their ace in the hole, just come in and secure them that fight. And we're going to be looking at a little bit of a skirmish down in the bottom lane. We're going to be looking at the TP coming in from the Ursa, and the Ursa actually needs a Blink Dagger or something to actually have that really good initiation. We're going to be looking at the IO and the Queen of Pain just roaming together onto the tier 2 right here. And they will be able to go for the siege pretty much easily as Crowley just bursts down that creep wave, and no chance he's just gonna place that ward or something, as he does spot out ATP over there farming that neutral camp. And we're gonna be looking at no chance trying to go for a kill or something, as Crowley is gonna be quite close to him, but he is not gonna be doing that. He's just prioritizing the information gameplay, as we are gonna be looking at Blaze. He goes for a call, misses that sadly, and the Rocket Barrage plus Crowley with the double edge will be able to secure that kill onto Blaze. And look at this, the silencer, what is wrong with you? That is not the right time to place a ward in the ETP. He's gonna get kited off right now. He's gonna get banished, and Crowley with that stamp is gonna make life a little bit of a hell for him. The Phoenix to Sundry is gonna heal him up for a lot of HP, and we're gonna be looking at okay, it seems like they've actually turned this around. No chance is gonna go down. Abi onto that Ember Spirit is dealing tons of damage, but the Sonic Wave coming in from the Queen of Pain is going to be able to deal tons of damage, and that is going to be one more person going down. The Ursa is going to go down, so does the Phoenix, and that is just going to be the Ember Spirit surviving in this fight. And this is not looking really good for Team Hybrid Esports. 24-11 in the favor of Team Signify, a 13k net worth lead over Hybrid Esports. And we are going to be looking at the Orchid getting completed on the Swifty, so that is a really strong item. That silence is going to prove really vital versus a hero like Ember Spirit and the Ursa. And Crowley just harassing Abi over there for a little bit, and we are going to be looking at Abi just tipping out Crowley for that play right there. And just a good amount of sportsmanship coming in from both of these players. As Blaze, he does not have enough money to buy that Blink Dagger. He will be able to get that once this ancient stack is going to go down. And Crowley, he is looking to get a kill onto the Ursa. He's just going to be waiting for one of his teammates, and that is going to be the Orchid reveal coming in from Swifty, and they will be able to get that kill onto ATP. The heal coming up from the Phoenix is not going to be nearly enough, and they can't even turn this fight around to Crowley, as he is too tanky to deal with. And we're going to be looking at the illusion bait coming in from Swifty right there. And that is not going to get baited out. The players from Hybrid Esports are not going to get initiate onto that illusion, as they do figure that is an illusion pretty fast. And we're going to be looking at all the outer towers for the side of Hybrid Esports are going to go down pretty fast, so they have to be careful. They only have the tier 2 in the mid lane left, and Abi is going to be venturing out, just trying to scour as much farm as he can. And look at that, he actually went for the Blade Mail build, and I can't actually empathize with that, because he does not have a really good choice. We're going to be looking at Crowley with that double edge onto the Phoenix. He will be dealing a tons of damage, and it does not look like the Phoenix can participate in this fight before he heals up. He does have his ultimate though, but there is a lot of risk trying to use his ultimate when we have all these 5 people from the side of Team Signify sieging your tower. This is going to be 17 minutes into the game, and the tier 3 is going to get sieged. But meanwhile, Crowley is going to jump onto the Ember Spirit, and the Ember Spirit is going to go down. He is going to immediately buy back, and we're going to be looking at Blizzard. He is getting pretty low. They don't really have an Aegis or something, so they can't really stay and participate in these fights. And we're going to be looking at the egg being dropped down by the Phoenix. That is going to get taken down right now, but no, that is going to pop, and that is going to be Negi getting stunned, and Blizzard, he is going to get saved up by no chance. And we're going to look at a swift turnaround coming in from Team Signify. That egg really did not do a lot of damage, as we are going to be looking at Abi. He is going to get stunned up by the Centaur, and that is going to be him going down, and the barracks are going to be forfeit, as Blizzard and Negi are going to be alive. The only player who fell down in that fight was No Chance. And we're going to be looking at the blink coming in from the Ursa, but he gets immediately silenced, and we're going to be looking at GG well played getting called up by Hybrid Esports, and that is going to be the game going the way of Team Signify. So ladies and gentlemen, we have the winners right here between Team Signify and Hybrid Esports. That is going to be Team Signify, and they played it extremely well. their classic signature gameplay of playing hyper aggressive, getting those kills pretty fast, and that was kind of an amazing gameplay coming in from Team Signify, and we are going to be looking at how this is gonna work out for them, as we are going to be looking at the stats in a little bit. And you see it right here, Team Signify, they have such a huge net worth lead over them, and this was quite an amazing gameplay coming in from Team Signify. And Hybrid Esports, I believe these are the only teams in this series who have actually managed to put up a good fight against Team Signify, and we have to give credits where it's due. They did play it really well. The Phoenix did play it amazingly well, but the MVP of this game is clearly going to be Crowley, as he played it extremely well in the off lane. The setup coming in with the Shadow Demon and the Centaur Warrunner, that just proved to be really hard for them. And looking at the stats right here, look at how much farm, how little of a farm both of these teams have, but that really did not matter. The game of Dota 2 just ended even before 20 minutes into the game, and with just such little items. I guess that is one of the reasons why Signify is kind of feared in the Indian scene, because their team play is gonna be really good. Their team play was really good in this game, and Hybrid Esports, even though they got a lot of these objectives here and there, getting those crucial kills, they were not able to match up versus Team Signify's people. And we are looking at the items coming in. The axe does have a blink dagger. I guess if the Ursa actually had a blink dagger early on, he might have been able to take these fights more confidently, but no, he went for a morbid mask, and that really did not work out for him. The lifesteal was pretty much non-existent, and you look at the GPM and the XPM coming in for Team Signify, that is just a lot of gold per minute. And you look at that 568, not really something, you know, you see that is not something jaw-dropping as a gameplay, but that is clearly a cut above what Hybrid Esports have. You see the maximum GPM coming in from them is going to be 301, and the amount of net worth that all the people from Team Hybrid Esports have accumulated is not even going to be half of what Signify has. And that is just a lot of you know, cohesive gameplay coming in from Team Signify, and it seems like their run into this tournament is going to get unstoppable right now, as they are going to be having 4 points considered to the rest of the people who are going to be having 2 points, except for Team Smokes. They're going to be ending this day with 0 points, but we will not be knowing that, as they do have a few more games coming up. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, go ahead and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, and also hit the bell icon so you guys know when we are going to be streaming next. And the next match is going to be at 4:30 p.m. So go ahead and grab yourselves a tub of popcorn or something, strap on your seatbelts, because we have one more game of Dota 2 to be played.